Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to F1 Manager 2024 and another part of the Ferrari career mode. Today we are back with the Austrian Grand Prix. We're going to be doing the sprint race in the first part of today's video and then moving on to the feature race of Silverstone, and yeah, really looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are too. If you are enjoying, then give it a big thumbs up down below as always. And well, without further ado, let's get straight into it. We're gonna predict Charles Leclerc finishing fourth this weekend, or third, sorry, and we're gonna go for fourth with Carlos Sainz. Looking forward to it. Fingers crossed we can do well. Here we go.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. Set in the Austrian mountains, the Red Bull Ring offers fantastic views and thrilling racing. Originally built in 1970, the circuit has been part of the F1 season in its current format since 2014.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
And with that, I think it's time to get started.
Okay, so first things first, we need to get into practice. So I'll see you guys for SQ1.
Welcome everyone, qualifying for the sprint awaits us, and we're raring to get going.
Right then, into SQ1 we go. And yeah, I think we'll be absolutely fine this weekend in terms of getting through to Q3. Pace is going to be great, I would imagine. We have been very, very consistent in qualifying recently, so I am very much looking forward to seeing where we end up today. So, fiddling with Charles Leclerc's setup there. Sainz is going to be a little bit trickier because he ran out of fuel in that session, meaning that he didn't get a full run. And you can see his toe not great, so I'm going to have to just switch that up a little bit. That looks good, and I think we are all set for Q1, which I'll manage just to make sure those setups get done. So send them out there. As I say, it should be very easy. SQ1 and SQ2 for us. 103.0, 103.1. That looks pretty good. That should be
okay, copy.
More than enough. Sainz probably in a little bit more trouble than his teammate, but you know, as you can see, we're well ahead of the curve, really. 2 seconds ahead of the drop zone. There's no need to send them out there and get any more miles on the clock. It's all looking very, very promising. And there you have it then. SQ1 done. Let's get ourselves into SQ2 and we will simulate that session. And let's get ourselves into SQ3. So Charles was first in SQ2 and Sainz was second. Very good. Let's see if we can get sprint pole here. Sainz is the lead car here. He's going to give an almighty tour to his teammate here, though. But that might spell the end for Charles and his chances there, because he tried to go down the inside of Carlos. Didn't quite go to plan. Now then, it's going to be very similar times. Carlos Sainz is going to head up to the line first. Where does he go? He goes second. Leclerc goes third.
So at the moment you have P2. So that's a good lap time.
Yeah, I think we can do better than that, though.
Copy.
Just about got time to get them back out there for one final run. And we're the head of the pack here, which is really good. Now, Russell gets out of the way, fortunately. Sainz going quicker here. It's really going to be about middle sector and final sector. 28.0, 27.9 for Charles here. I think Charles has got it in the bag. Sainz coming round the final corner then. He heads up to the line. It's a 102.7. That puts him pole. There goes Leclerc. Only second. Wow, 5 thousandths of a second between them. I don't think anybody is going to go close. Verstappen got within half a tenth. Norris is the only... Well, Perez has gone 2 tenths quicker. Where's he found that? That's crazy.
Okay.
And, well, there you have it. It's going to be Sergio Perez, who is sitting on sprint pole.
Well, the excitement levels continue to rise here as the teams prepare for the sprint.
The prospect of bagging a few extra points is certainly going to spur these teams on to fight competitively and finish in the top spots.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian sprint?
Okay, let's see how we get on in this sprint then. It is going to be full wet conditions for presumably the whole race. It's difficult to tell. But we are going to attack from the outset with both drivers. Well, let's see. Let's get into it. Here we go.
Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint.
Can Charles make a good start here? Lights out,
and
away we go.
go.
And Charles does get a better start than his teammates. And we need him to have some
I'll leave it to you. Copy.
top form early on here.
And keep it tidy.
And Leclerc did manage to get past his teammate and now is having a go at Sergio Perez round the outside of turn 3. And he is through. Charles Leclerc up into the lead of this race. Perfect. That's what we wanted to see. And now,
Good job.
can he stay ahead of Sergio Perez? Perez tries down the inside and he is through. But he gets a worse exit and now Charles Leclerc is going to go around the outside. This is close. Yeah, didn't quite manage it this time.
Focus on the race.
And now Sainz the quickest of the drivers through the middle sector. There's going to be no DRS. Let's have a quick check of track conditions through the race. That is exactly what we expected to happen. And here we go again with Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, he's it.
Less lift off.
Now down the inside he goes and Charles Leclerc is through. Perfect.
Be careful.
He's going to have to now
Yes.
defend from Sergio Perez, but he is through. Carlos Sainz
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
is following through as well.
Copy.
Yellow flags out there, and that's Logan Sargent. Probably had a
And
spin
here
or
we've got a
locked up.
yellow
Yeah.
flag.
So Charles Leclerc leads after 3 here. And we are building a nice gap to the group of cars behind. Oh, absolutely attacking these tyres. Some people have went out there on the inters. And they could be very fast later in this race. But they're going to be in pure survival mode until then. And Max Verstappen has got him... Lando Norris has got himself back into this as well. And there's your top 4. Max Verstappen just dropped off the back of Norris a little bit. Let's zoom it through. And here we go then with Perez round the outside. He's through on Charles. Unbelievable. And yeah, Perez has done a great job, hasn't he? To come at Charles there. He's going to use a bit of overtake to try and overtake him. Not quite there just yet. Uses it again though. And now Sainz a couple of seconds back. And there goes Leclerc, does he? No, not quite. Doesn't manage it there. It was almost a time to go down the inside. Didn't happen for him though. And now he's still following half a second behind here. And Sainz in a distant P3, just sort of watching and waiting. And there goes Leclerc. He's through, but will Perez try and defend and try and get him back? He did, but didn't succeed. And now Charles Leclerc once again leads the sprint race. Now then, let's try and zoom it forward with Carlos Sainz with that ERS. Let's see if he can get past Sergio Perez here. That's going to be very important for this race if he can get past him. And this could be a chance. This could be a chance. Not yet. But he is desperate to get round and does go down the inside. Sainz into second. And he is through now. And that is huge for us because now it's Sainz chasing Charles. It's a Ferrari 1-2 here. And we are timing this particularly well. And we'll just hold formation for now. Just need to look after their engine a little bit. Build a lovely lead. I'm just going to reduce the aggression slightly to just bring those tyre temps back down. Got a nice 4-second lead over Charles Leclerc. And now you would think those intermediate runners, they're going to start coming at everybody here. Let's have a little look at the last lap times. So Hülkenberg, no, Magnussen is one of them you need to keep an eye on. And it's when do you make the call to switch to those intermediate tyres. Yellow flag out there. Sergeant locks up. There's definitely into weather now. But when you're leading 1 and 2 more than halfway through a sprint race, you know, our first thought isn't come into the pits. Trouble is, the tyres are shredding now. There's not enough standing water on the circuit. Leclerc being just held up a little bit here by the kick-sauber. Not really sure why. And Sainz is going to make a push for the lead here. I don't know why Charles is getting stuck behind this traffic, but it is not helping us. And there goes Sainz into the lead. And now Leclerc down to third. There we go, Sainz is through. Finally. And Leclerc back past Perez now. This is just completely bizarre. He's through this time. Oh, thank the Lord for that. But Carlos Sainz now leads. I'm thinking, let's get in, let's get some intermediate tyres on. It's risky when there's only 5 laps to go. But the tyres are shredding way too much. So in comes Carlos Sainz. Yeah. Decent pit stops from the two of them. They're going to come back out in 5th and 8th. So now it's going to be a 5-lap sprint race, essentially. Oh, big crash! Big crash between the two Aston Martins.
Try to avoid locking.
And that might ruin everything, because surely they're all going to come into the pits now. And it was Stroll straight into the back of Alonso.
Safety car.
And now that
And charge button on. Charge button on.
is probably
Stay positive.
gonna ruin
Copy.
Continue working on
our
this
race.
Be careful on traction.
I'm assuming that lot are gonna end up pitting here.
Tire management.
Well, they're not actually. But even so, surely, we're not going to have enough time here. Three laps to go. We need the safety car to come in this lap, ideally. And it's not going to. So we're going to get 1 lap, I think, at this.
Energies are good.
Yeah.
Well, this is devastating.
A crash in the main straight.
I don't think safety car is going to end. I think we're going to end up in 5th and 6th here.
Be careful there.
Can push more
Yeah.
if you want.
Safety car's making another
Try to
circuit.
increase pushing
And that
status.
is the end of the sprint race.
Can use K1.
Yeah,
And that has robbed us. And it's going to be Lando Norris that wins the sprint race. And it's such a shame because look at their tyres. We would have absolutely nailed them. But there we go. That is that. 5th and 6th.
And checkered flag.
And while since it's ended in such disappointment there, we will do the feature race in this episode and we'll do Britain in the next one.
Go Leclerc.
Yeah, disappointing
And into the
stuff.
pit lane.
Gutted about that. Right, now we need to get on with qualifying straight away
There's
here.
tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
Spielberg's short track comes with 2 high-speed straights. It might be tempting to prioritize low downforce here, but teams risk losing time when cornering if they do.
As far as Carlos Sainz is concerned, Karun, how do you think he's doing?
Neither of the team's drivers have brought home many points so far, so they'll be looking to change that as soon as possible to prove their worth on track.
Well, it's almost here. Qualifying coming up soon.
Okay, right, here we are. We are ready to go. So, yeah, we know we've got pace. It's just going to be about trying to utilise it in race trim. We should have finished 1 and 2. It was a bit
So
risky.
now we have green light.
But we would have expected to get the job done.
So there was a crash.
And
There are a lot of debris.
I think Sonoda's crashed.
So at the moment you have P2.
Crash involving multiple cars. It's Esteban Ocon. Yeah, he's been bumped into by Sonoda there. And, well, no penalty there. Oh, and now it's raining. Well, I wasn't expecting the rain. But we got our time in there. We are through to the next session. Which is good. Exactly what we wanted. And, well, red flag out there now. And it was Logan Sargent, and he spun. Oh, wow. Straight into the wall. And interestingly, that might mean dry conditions again now. But I think we're okay. Again, we don't need to worry about it. And there we go. Finally, Q1 over. And we are through to Q2. There is going to be possible rain in Q2 as well. But we are going to simulate it. We're going to trust that the AI can get us through. And we were right too. Second and third, we ended up there. And we've got plenty of tyres to burn in Q3. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is going to rain, so let's get out there now.
I'm green.
Get our first lap in there.
Currently P1.
1028 could have been better.
Yeah, copy.
I don't think that's going to be enough, although everybody has done their first runs now. And let's get another set on the car. Get straight out there again. Get a second run in before the rain hits properly. Yeah, the rain has hit, and it's just not going to be enough. Leclerc comes over the line, and it was,
Yeah, currently P1.
yeah, quite disappointing,
Can you
really.
fuel, please? Good.
But Sainz has gone quicker in the middle sector, so Sainz might find something here. He heads up to the line now. And that was 2 personal bests, but it was his first sector
P6.
where he lost out. And that is that. He's going to qualify 6th.
Profit.
Leclerc is on pole position, though. Good job from him. Okay, let's see how we get on in the feature.
Here among the mountains in Austria, the teams are preparing for the 71 laps of today's race.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
The Red Bull Ring is one hungry beast of a power track. Drivers face a steep climb up to turn 3 and a fast ride downhill through wide corners and straights thereafter. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, especially with the help of 3 DRS zones. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
Well, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, just looking at that possible soft, but I think let's try and be aggressive out there on the medium, hard, medium strategy. Could go soft, medium, medium. That might help Carlos Sainz make his way through the pack a little bit. So that's what we're going to do with him. And, yeah, be aggressive from the start. That is the plan. Let's see if we can pull it off today in the Austrian Grand Prix.
Final checks are being carried out by the teams, and it won't be long until we get this race underway. You and I won't be the only ones keeping an eye on Oscar Piastri, Karoo.
They're 4th on the grid, so I'd expect to see them mount a challenge for the top 3 in this race.
Right, let's get to it then. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
Lights out, away we go then. And it's a good start off the grid for Charles Leclerc. Really important that he manages to defend from Verstappen and Perez early on here. Now Sainz, he's going to be a bit more aggressive. He's going to look to try and make a move early on. But Charles, he needs to get more than a second in front of the 2 Red Bulls. He needs to be out of that DRS range very quickly. Sainz the quickest out of anybody in that first sector. So a look in the middle. Doesn't quite manage it. No, not yet. Charles Leclerc does get that magic 1 second window to Max Verstappen, but immediately loses it. Look at that. Now then, here comes Carlos Sainz. He's got the 2 McLarens. Perfect. But now it's all going to be about Verstappen versus Leclerc. And yep, here comes Max Verstappen. He's got DRS. But well defended from Charles. Piastri back through on Sainz, but Sainz is going to go down the inside. He's through. Look at Leclerc. He's down to P3.
Let's see what
and that's what happens.
Now this was at turn
DRS.
3. Can they squeeze
He was
by?
double teamed by Red Bull there. 1 round the outside, 1 down the inside. And now he's in 3rd, and well, that's Verstappen. He went very wide into the gravel there. And he's down to 10th now. And that has completely changed the picture. Because Carlos Sainz is now going to move into second place, is he? Oh, well. Backs out of it probably because it's his teammate. Goes round the outside though. Has DRS on the exit as well. Leclerc in trouble here. But Sainz on the soft tyres, which is exactly what we wanted to do. He's made an excellent start. He's up into second. That's what we expected to happen. And I'm quite satisfied for them to just yo-yo their way towards Sergio Perez here. Because they are going to need to do that. We managed to break the resistance of the McLarens. And there's Leclerc again, 2.5 seconds behind. We've had more cars crashing. Let's have a look. And it was Logan Sargent and the Alfa Romeo. Not the Alfa, Kick Sauber. Okay, I think. Yeah, it's all going to be about whether Sainz and Leclerc can catch Sergio Perez. They are battling it out hard here. I'm starting to think maybe we just tell one of them to hold position here. Because what we don't want is them colliding. Sainz around the outside there. But it's working out okay at the moment. Sainz will be coming in quite a bit earlier than Charles. Maybe what we need to do is actually tell them not to defend. Maybe that'll keep them more consistent. Yeah, let's zoom it forward. The McLarens are coming back into it now. So it might be we tell Leclerc to just hold position. Because now it is causing issues.
Update your tire phase when you can.
Good.
Yep, Sainz is through. So now, oh, and Leclerc, that's what we didn't want to happen. He's done what happened to Max Verstappen. And now he's down to 5th. Well, that's a big disaster for Charles and his hopes in this race. And what it has done, which is even worse, has thrown him into the clutches of Max Verstappen, you would think. Sainz now behind Piastri. Let's get that topped up. This is unbelievable. Leclerc getting right back into it as well here.
We believe it will be soon.
So Sainz coming in a few laps' time. Let's have a look. Wow, Piastri's tyres well down. What about Perez? Yeah, Perez on about the same as Sainz. Leclerc doing an awesome job out there. His pace is very good. Thinking now, let's really push with Carlos. Try and get him nice and close to Checo here. Bring him in this lap. He's going to be going on to the medium tyres. So here we go then, Sainz into the pit lane.
Yeah, pit lane.
So he should get quite the undercut on these guys. As long as he gets a good pit stop. In he comes. Nicely done, 2.5.
And what's a white line on exit?
And now there goes Leclerc. And try and pull him away from Piastri here. He should be able to do that quite easily. Does do that quite easily. Norris is in the pit lane. He's responded to Sainz. And Sainz coming round the final sector now. Is he going to come out in front of Norris? It's going to be close. And I think Norris is going to have him here. And he does. So, Norris comes out. And he's ahead of his former teammate there. And perhaps both of them will be ahead of Sergio Perez when all is said and done. Piastri the next car round. And there goes Sainz down the inside, he's through. Really important now for Sainz to just push on a little bit. Try and get that second ahead. And that has worked out rather well for Carlos. There's Lando Norris in P4 at the moment. Yeah, we can get ahead of him nicely. Verstappen finally in the pits now. And, well, Perez, yeah, a long way down. Leclerc leading the way. As Sainz 11.5 behind his teammate. Give Leclerc a lap or so pushing, and then he's going to come in next lap. Well, Norris and Perez have managed to catch Sainz very quickly.
And just a reminder on DRS.
And big lift off. Copy.
So in comes Carlos Sainz.
Charles pit lane.
So Charles into the pit lane. Sainz is going to take over the... Well, was going to take over the lead of the Grand Prix. But Perez has made the move. And Leclerc,
Continue.
well,
Keep going.
he's going to come out P5.
Behind Norris.
That's not too bad. Because remember, Leclerc, you know, wasn't... Well, he dropped the positions, didn't he? Before. He's now got some good tyres that he can lean on a little bit. Sainz and Perez are battling out front. Norris is in that battle as well. So it's just going to be a case of can Sainz stay with these guys, because he's just ran wide again there. Leclerc, meanwhile, losing time to the guys in front. This is not going to plan. Sainz overtook, but then immediately lost out to Norris. Let's get topped up on ERS. So gap to leader is coming down for Charles Leclerc. Sainz now 3.5 seconds behind. We have got yellow flags out there. Multiple cars have crashed.
Careful for debris again.
And yeah, I don't know who it is that has crashed there. It's Logan Sargent again. And that's with Zhou Guanyu, I think. Yeah, well. Yeah, how that hasn't ended one of their races, I don't know. Leclerc in, clear air.
Charge button on.
Yeah, charge it up. Sargent gets a penalty. Now then, Leclerc's starting to catch up to Oscar. Doing okay with Carlos Sainz here. Leclerc in a good place here. Virtual safety car.
Virtual safety car deployed.
Now then.
Stay positive. Okay.
Now we've an incident here. Kevin
Probably
Magnussen, it
worth
looks like.
bringing in Carlos Sainz. Kevin Magnussen is out. Yep, he's crashed into a wall. Leclerc is going to stay out there, but Sainz is in. Yep, everybody. Well, Norris is in as well.
And who's that having an issue in the pits?
And Sainz with a pit stop issue. Doesn't really matter. He's come out in front of Max.
Handing now. Copy that.
No lift off needed. You are doing a good job.
Copy.
And now Charles right behind Oscar Piastri. Needs to make the overtake quick. But it's brought Charles right back into the picture for win here as he pushes Piastri out wide. Piastri back through. Piastri's going to have another bout of DRS here. Down the inside he goes. He's timed that absolutely to perfection. Carlos Sainz, meanwhile, 2 seconds behind Norris. But it's Sergio Perez who is leading the race, and this time it's Carlos Sainz who times it perfectly. Sorry, Charles Leclerc who times it perfectly. And a real chance to now push on away from Oscar. And that's exactly what he does. And that's actually fastest lap of this race. He's flying out there. Now back within 3.5 of Sergio Perez. Piastri in. And the Sainz is going till the end of the race on that tyre. Perez is in. So now Charles Leclerc, real time to shine.
Yeah, copy.
Sainz is catching Norris as well. Charles is going to be in this lap, putting onto the medium tyres. Now where he ends up, I don't know. He's probably going to come back out in 4th place ahead of Oscar Piastri, but we need a good pit stop. Here he comes. Charles Leclerc into the pit lane. It's okay, 2.5. That's pretty good. He's coming out of the pit lane now. Needs to be ahead of Oscar Piastri. Is ahead of Oscar Piastri. Difference is Piastri now will probably get DRS fairly quickly here. Charles needs to attack to try and get these tyres up to temp. But he's in 4th place here. And gap to leader 16 seconds. But he has much better tyres. Perez sets the fastest lap of the race. Piastri there as well. Yeah, he's going to make a move on Charles. Needs to get past this traffic quickly.
How are we? Try to keep them into the tires. No DRS. No DRS, sorry. Yeah, good.
Crucially, he's got more than a second ahead now. How's Sainz doing? He is still in 2nd here. 1.3 behind Lando Norris. He's managing this beautifully. It's not long now before Sainz will retake the lead of this Grand Prix. DRS available. And he goes round the outside and he is through. And And that is a huge move. It's not over yet, though, because they're going to be fighting it out. But Sainz has done a great job to catch and pass Lando Norris. And then Leclerc is the one to watch. He is the one on the medium tyres. As Norris has just put in fastest lap of the race. And so we're going to just be battling it out front. Leclerc, meanwhile, 2.6 seconds off the back of Perez. This is going to very quickly become a four-way battle for race victory.
We need to have the fuel.
But now,
Okay.
actually, Leclerc needs to conserve his
Suggest
fuel
more
here.
line for performance. Copy.
Oh, what's happened to Sainz there? What has happened to Sainz? Was he pushed wide? He must have been. Yep, Sainz onto the gravel. Well, well, well. Now then. We got Leclerc, who's handicapped by being underfueled. And Sainz, who's been pushed off the track. As Leclerc's just put in fastest lap while conserving. Oh, this is unbelievable. Another great comeback from Charles Leclerc, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to conserve enough fuel here. He's going to make it past Lando Norris, I think, very quickly. But what he is doing is bringing his teammate right into the battle here. There goes Leclerc again. And it's that fuel that I'm worried about. So 1.2 kilograms he's down at the moment. Let's see, as he comes over the line, where we're at. So we're past Lando now. He might just make it, just. But not if he wants to win this race, I don't think. So losing about 0.2 kilograms a lap. And Sainz, on the other hand, he can push fuel, he can push ERS. Oh, he's been pushed off Leclerc there. So I think that's the end of that one. This could be the moment for Carlos Sainz. He's through. Now we need to really keep charging. DRS open again. And Sainz has done it, I think. What a move from him. Leclerc back up to third, but look at his fuel. I just don't think the fuel is going to be enough here. Fastest lap from Carlos Sainz. We've got 2 laps to go. And I think we're only gaining about 0.2 of a kilogram every lap. I don't know how else we can do this with Charles. Will that help? Maybe all of that will help. We've got to try. Final lap for Carlos Sainz. But it's his teammate that we're trying to get to the end of the race here.
With DRS, with DRS. Be careful.
And there goes Lando Norris through, but I think Leclerc is going to retire very, very shortly.
Focus on consistency.
We tried our best, but he's going to run out of fuel very, very quickly here. And there we go. He is out of fuel. A sector before the end. That is a disaster. But Carlos Sainz is going to come round. He's going to win. And that's a terrific result for him.
Yes!
I think Leclerc will still finish 7th.
Thank you, everyone.
Think.
Into the pit lane.
And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
But, yeah, what a disappointment. Well, there's a red flag. That might help Leclerc here. Finish 3rd. I'm not sure.
Now, wasn't that a seriously good drive from Carlos Sainz?
Incredible. That was a really well-deserved win. They got their race strategy absolutely spot on.
And you love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. And Carlos Sainz heading up to the podium now, the Spaniard adding another to his record.
What an excellent way to take a second win of the season with a composed performance today.
He didn't finish 3rd.
Well, there were
I thought with the red flag, but I suppose we had hit the...
managed to climb to the top.
We did manage to get to the checkered flag, so then they don't have to take it back a lap. But Carlos Sainz wins another Grand Prix this season, and that was pretty exciting in the end, wasn't it?
As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And does Leclerc finish 4th?
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
He might well do.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
I'm really intrigued. He does. He finishes 4th. Well, there you have it. There you have it. We get away with it in the end. We'll settle for that. We will settle for that with Charles. Especially after a bit of a scruffy race in the end. Into the Drivers' Championship then. Max Verstappen still leading the way. 22 points ahead of his teammate Perez. Norris is still in there. Sainz, you would say, is still in the race. He's 57 points down. Needs to start winning more races. Into the Constructors then. We are still 3rd, 8 points behind McLaren. We had the 3rd fastest pit stop today and the 9th fastest, meaning that we are still firmly in 6th place in that championship. And we make 102,000 profit from that race. Very, very good indeed. Memorabilia room is fully upgraded now, and we are ready to rock and roll in the next Grand Prix. So I'm looking forward to that happening next time out, the British Grand Prix. Let's see if we can get a 1-2 there. That would be amazing. If you have enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.